Okay, so here's a quick lesson on how to change surface color and reflectance for a room or an object. Actually, it works the same for both ways. Here I have a simple room. You want to go to the Room and Object Toolkit, click on the Surface Edit command, and the basic version of Surface Edit, as you'll see if you pull down the menu, works for either rooms or objects. So just click on the button Surface Edit. The next thing is to click somewhere on the room perimeter. This is easiest if you have the Snap To command enabled, and so it automatically will snap to those corners. Once it's selected, now if you look at the command line, it says press the right mouse or enter to edit, so just click the right mouse button and up pops the Surface Edit window. Now the blue line says this is the surface that's actually highlighted or selected for change, and we can alter the properties of that surface over here in the window. It's very easy to select all the walls at one time using the shortcut button. So right up here you'll see this one says tag walls or sides. If I click that button, you'll notice that all the walls are now selected. Okay, likewise I could say remove the tags, and you'll see, okay, this one's selected here. I can actually tag that surface by using this button or pressing the F8 key, and maybe I want to move to the next surface, and maybe I want that one. So I could tag that one, and now I can change just the properties of those two surfaces selected. Okay, fairly straightforward. So let's go ahead and change the color or reflectance of these two surfaces. Alright, so to do that, we want to look over here into the properties list, and you'll see color. Click on the little ellipsis there, and up pops the color specification dialog. So if we want to actually change the color, we can move the hue slider, or if you just want to change the reflectance, just go ahead and click in the reflectance cell and enter a new reflectance. Alright, well let's go ahead and do the color. So let's move it up here, and now I can actually change the luminance and the saturation of the color all the time the reflectance is being calculated by just dragging around in this window. So let's say I want something, about 50% reflectance. I'm going to change it to 0.5. You can actually see similar hue and reflectance, same hue and reflectance, so you can get a variety of colors in the same reflectance. So if I click that one, then it's actually gotten a little brighter, way brighter, or darker still. Or I can come back down here and go back to where we were. I like something a little more purple. Let's take that one. Okay, so now we've actually changed the two walls, and we can spin it around and see both walls have actually changed color. Alright, neat. How about if we want to actually change the reflectance of the floor, or maybe add a texture to the floor? We can go up here and use the shortcut tag to tag the floor. And to change the color, we just go back into the color dialog and change that again. Change the reflectance. We can actually just change it here if we like. That's an even quicker avenue than using the color dialog. Or if we want to add a texture, go ahead and click into the texture cell, and right now we can select from any of these texture categories. And you can add your own textures to the library if you like, but that's a separate video. So right now we'll just select from the textures that are available, and I'm going to scroll down and look for something with a little bit of a pattern into it. How about that one? The easiest way to apply textures is to imagine the size of this particular pattern and use the fixed size option. So right now it's set at fixed size of 3, so that would mean this is 3 by 3 on a side. That's probably reasonably realistic. Let's go ahead and select that. And now when you select a texture, let's go back and look at that again. Notice that it actually calculates the reflectance of that texture. So the reflectance of our floor is now 30%. That's done by the average weighted color of all the pixels in the image. Alright, so we've made those changes. Let's go ahead and see what it looks like. calculating, you can see the color of our walls right away. However, we do not have textures enabled right now, as you can see down here. So we're not going to actually see the texture map on the floor. However, we are getting the color of the floor. So let's go ahead and turn it on. There's the texture map for the floor. And let's go ahead and walk into the space. Pretty easy, isn't it? That's all there is to it.